Okie dokie. So is that doing anything at all? Oh, woohoo! We're live! Hi, everybody. Welcome to this installment of the HorroRIFFic live stream, where we pretty much just riff on horror movies that may be terrible or not, depends on the film in question. And with me, I have two very special guests. We have Michael. From the Michael Leroi channel, we have Jacob and Emma. Do you want to introduce yourselves? Sure, but. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, we are, and I have never seen it, so this is going to be quite the experience for me, I suppose. At least I hope so. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. No. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Not very much. I know there was a film made about his life starring Johnny Depp and a couple other people, which I've seen bits of, like a best of compilation. That's about it. Silence. Oh, I can still hear you. Oh, that's weird. Okay, how do I fix this? I can use the volume up. What if I do this? Mm-hmm. Let's do this. Okay, has that done anything? I'm so sorry, chat. I fucking hate OBS. No, I don't want to exit. How? I hope that's done something there. Okay, so.
Absolute panic.
I'm glad they can't see my face right now because I've gone fucking red from embarrassment and shame. Okay, so hopefully that's sorted. Can you hear people now?
We'll find out.
Hopefully.
Yeah, can you hear us as well?
I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm a...
Can you hear me now?
Oui, senor. Okay, so we're going to have to do that again. I'd like to introduce our guests again. So this is Jacob and Gemma from the Michael Leroi channel. And go subscribe to them if you haven't. I put their link down below in the channel description, where you'll also find the link for the movie we'll be watching today. I recommend that you find that and watch along with us, because apparently this one doesn't have ads, so we should be more or less in sync. So again, if you want to tell them about yourselves a little bit.
Okay, so I'll start. My name's Jacob. I'm a YouTube guy like yourself, big horror nerd. I'm a writer, actor, and filmmaker.
Mm-hmm.
Also general piss taker of bad horror, particularly bad horror short stories,
mm-hmm.
Which I also do with Gemma. And yeah, I've been in a lot of movies.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a few of them are horror movies. And big long-time fan of the channel. Really happy to be here.
Thank you.
I'm
a...
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Writer, director, and sort of the same as Jacob, horror nerd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now we're watching one of my favorite movies as well, so really excited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. Thank you, Pimp Demon, in the chat. Thank you so much for that. I can hear two amazing people and one new girl I never meet. Yes, so that's all three of us there. I don't know which person you're referring to, but yeah, big fan of you guys as well. I've been following you for a long time, and I'm excited to watch this because I don't really know much about Ed Wood, or let alone Plan 9 from Outer Space. So you mentioned before, when we couldn't hear you, that I'm getting some echo on my end. I hope that's not too distracting. That this was once the most labeled the worst horror movie of all time.
Yeah, so there was a shitty book written in Hollywood called The Golden Turkeys by just a couple of dickbags. I'm not bitter or anything. And it was sort of an awards thing, hence the name Golden Turkeys. This won the worst film of all time, and its director, Edward D. Wood Jr., who's a personal hero of mine, was awarded the worst director of all time. He's not the worst director of all time, nor is this the worst film of all time.
No.
I've directed worse films than this. I've starred in and appeared in many films that are worse than this. I like films that are worse than this. Troll 2 is far worse, and it's probably in my top 20.
See, I've heard about Troll 2. I saw a documentary about it and how there are people who congregate, and it's a real cult classic. I wouldn't know about this one.
It's a really good documentary.
Yeah, it's honestly one of the for me, it's one of the kind of top, I would say, bad movies. And so is this Plan 9 from Outer Space. If you're a follower of our channel, you would have seen we talk quite a lot about Edward. We streamed his previous film, which was Bride of the Monster, which stars Bela Lugosi. This film also has Lugosi in it, but
yeah, his last film role, as I understand.
Yeah, he's got top billing, but he's barely in it. You'll see a little bit about that. So before we get started, if it's all right with you, Emily, I'd just like to, if people don't know about Edward, I'd like to introduce him a bit.
Absolutely.
I'm really interested in. And knowing a bit about the guy, I think makes his films more interesting. So he was a film director, of course, who was completely in love with the golden age, for a start off. He was making films in the 50s, but was obsessed with the 20s, 30s, and 40s, of classic Hollywood. His entire lifestyle was based on that. He was a war veteran and a transvestite.
Lovely.
One of his favorite stories he liked to tell people was about how he parachuted into enemy lines wearing women's underwear, including a bra and matching.
The 1st Battalion Transvestite Brigade, like Eddie Izzard mentioned once.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, so he was his first film, Glen or Glenda, which you can probably see the thumbnail for as a recommended video, is all about transvesticism, and he's a very interesting guy. He was friends with a lot of weirdos, drag queens, very close friends with Bela Lugosi, who of course was has-been movie star. Very interesting guy, very interesting life. Sadly died penniless.
Yeah, I think he deserved so much better.
Befall Alex Kurtzman. But
And obviously they made a film out of him. Tim Burton did a film version of the story of how he made his first 3 films, at least, up until Plan 9 from Outer Space, back in 1984 with Johnny Depp as Edward. And it's a star-studded film, which is really, really good. But a lot of it, a lot of the stories are like mixed between like truths and lies. It's like obviously done for Hollywood.
What's funny about the Edward movie is some of the more outlandish stuff is what's true.
Yeah.
But we can talk about those things when we get to them. So this film was made on a budget of basically nothing, and I'm really excited for you to watch it. So
I'm excited too.
I know you've never seen it, so this is one of those movies I love to show to people.
Good. Yeah. Well, so I have it open already. Like I said, I don't think there should be any ads, but it's at all zeros. I wanted to add some kind of time code clock thing to this stream, but I struggled enough as it is just getting the webcam, which didn't work. So I'm just terrible at live streaming in general. So I guess on 3 we'll just press play and we'll go together if everyone has it up. Pimp Demon says, "Is he white?" If you mean Edward, I think he was. Yeah, I think so.
Yes, it was.
I'll try and get to the chat as much as I can, but we're going to start very soon. Okay, so I've got it open on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Criswell!
Yes.
Woo! Let me know if the audio is too loud or not loud enough. And I might just get copyright struck for this, but it doesn't matter. People are here now. That's all that matters.
I'm quite certain this film's in the public domain.
It is.
I thought it was like 101 years that had to happen.
Griswold was such a great guy.
Mm.
And now, for the first time, we are bringing to you the full story of what happened on that fateful day. We are giving you all the evidence, based only on the secret testimony of the miserable souls who survived this terrifying ordeal.
Just gotta get rid of Discord.
The places. My friend, we cannot keep this a secret any longer. Let us punish the guilty. Let us reward.
Has he blinked? I don't think he has.
Can your heart stand?
Wait, shit, I need Discord.
About grave robbers from outer space.
I'm sorry, I closed Discord because of notification sounds. That was a bad idea.
Yeah, I was like, that's kind of how we're communicating.
Alright, so sorry if I get notifications, everybody. That's an unintended side effect.
I love these gravestones. It just sets the tone for the film. Like the really campy looking gravestones.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
This movie influenced the punk rock band The Misfits a lot. Interesting.
I think it did.
Here lies the career of William C. Thompson.
Okay, so funny story about Ed's cinematographer.
Mm-hmm.
It was very useful that they shot their movies in black and white because he was colorblind.
Oh, really?
Yeah, generally that's not a career you would go into if you are colorblind.
I suppose not.
There you are. I guess that wasn't as interesting anecdote as I thought it was, but
Black and white's also useful. It makes you see more artsy. It can sort out lighting issues a little bit.
Oh, completely, especially day for night.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, which you're going to see a lot of in this movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that there is a time to die. It is always a shock to those left behind.
This funeral has shit seating arrangements.
It is even more of a shock.
That looks like Bella.
Death, the
Is that
proud
him?
brother,
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
without
Yeah.
warning.
He deserved so much better.
God, he's so old. Look at him.
Mm.
He died he died like a few years before this came out. didn't
Yeah.
he?
Mm-hmm.
He died in 1950,
Of the beloved wife of an elderly man.
1956, something like that.
Yeah, this had a delayed release for some reason.
Yet also the sundown,
Yeah.
the old man's heart.
Mm.
For the
Oh, it
shadow
says there is going to be an ad according to my screen, so that's annoying.
Yay.
I'll do what I can to catch up to you.
Alright, I can let you know the time code.
Okay, ad skipped.
God damn it, I hate surprise YouTube ads.
funeral over.
Alright, so I'm at 341, 342, 343, 345. They didn't fill the grave in. Oh, that's what those guys are for.
Okay, well, give me the time code again, sorry.
It's 401, 402, 403, 404.
It was
406.
when the gravediggers started their task that strange things began.
Jacob looks amazing. Yeah, who'd you get to do your guys' avatars?
So the artwork was done by a guy. Fuck.
Gila Masam.
Sorry, I'm just distracted by the cockpit.
So Gila Masam.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you can find him on, I think Fishwick Sol is his name on Twitter.
Mhm.
And he does commissions, and they're very reasonably priced.
Lovely.
This set, by the way, the guy playing the pilot walked onto the stage
Mm-hmm.
and wanted to walk around the set to get a feel of it.
Uh-huh.
And they walked it, basically constructed it. You'll see the sort of arch shape there.
Mm-hmm.
They had two pieces of wood and clicked them together
Mm-hmm.
and just strung up a shower curtain.
Oh no. Oh dear.
No, these.
That is for sure a steering wheel he's holding.
Yeah, oh, it's fantastic. It's just a bit of wood.
Mm.
That shower curtain, by the way, you're going to see a lot of it in this film.
Oh boy. There it goes.
Yeah, that is Edward's second wife, Kathy Wood.
Mhm.
She painted those.
Oh bless her.
I doubt it. Most of them
Yeah.
are asleep. But it was quite a jolt, Jeff.
It was quite a jolt.
We'll get it ready for landing. Keep it
His second wife was a lot more appreciative of his work, I think.
I mean, his first wife, still spoke highly of him after his death and everything, but
Yeah.
she wasn't. It wasn't really indie filmmaking. Wasn't really for her.
Hey, look at it go.
Oh, you can see the strings. That's obviously a comp.
Mm-hmm.
Anything? I thought it did. Don't like hearing noises, especially when you ain't supposed to.
It looks like it's breaking the 180-degree rule.
Yeah, sort of spooky like.
Yeah,
Very
there's a
much
lot
so.
of that.
Mhm.
There's a lot of just getting the shots where, like,
That's the best thing
Yeah.
for us, too.
where possible.
Yeah, very
Mhm.
good.
Just doing their best.
Yeah, the 180-degree rule is broken. Rule of thirds is broken.
Yeah, just anything to just get the shot done. It's also now night, and it's day, and it's nice.
Stop that. Alright, I should have muted that, so... Oh! Here's Vampira.
Oh, I think
Vampira, excuse me.
I think we're a little bit ahead of you.
Oh.
I just double checked that time code. I'm on 6:51, 52, 53.
56, 50, yeah. I'm a little bit ahead of you, I think.
Okay.
Not to worry. I can pause it for a couple seconds. There we go, we should be up to...
7:07.
Yep.
7:08.
Close enough.
Home they had so long shared together became a tomb.
For his ridiculous narration.
Mhm.
It's relentless as well. It goes through like the whole movie.
So this was Tor Johnson's house. They did this outside of, who you'll see in the movie.
Mhm.
I didn't know this was shot at Tor Johnson's house. I don't know why. I always assumed it was Lugosi's house.
No, they shot it at Lugosi's house in the film.
In the
Ed
movie, I
Wood.
know it in the.
Mhm.
But I didn't
it's
realize this was actually Tor.
Yeah.
The ever beautiful flowers she had planted with her own hand
Yoink.
became nothing more than the lost roses of her cheeks.
So this is.
You could have carried on the tomb metaphor if you were gonna... Alright, sorry, carry on.
This is all B-roll as well. Fucking ad again? Are you kidding?
Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry about this, I thought... Do you
It's
have...
fine. It's not your fault.
Oh.
Okay. Have you not had any ads on your end?
I haven't. I think Adblock's disabled on my end, but...
Oh, fair. I don't have a block for some reason. It's a new computer. I just didn't bother giving it. Sorry about this, chat. Could you give me the time code again?
It's 8:23. 4, 5,
Okay.
6, 7.
Tragic.
I love this graveyard.
Tell me something.
It's so realistic.
In the ground, and he sealed in a crypt.
Something to do with family tradition, a superstition of some sort.
Oh,
Well, it's getting dark.
That line is obviously there to just explain away a continuity error. Because yeah, it's B-roll, the footage of Lugosi. It's from a movie that never got finished, which is The Vampire's Tomb,
Hmm.
which was an Ed Wood project. Basically, Ed had two movie ideas to work with Lugosi after he got out of rehab. And they were The Ghoul Goes West, and couldn't really make anything of that, and then they changed
It's a
it
prequel to
Vampire
Ingrid Goes
Tomb,
West.
And then Lugosi died.
How selfish of him.
So, Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Yep.
It was originally called Grave Robbers from Outer Space.
Hence the thing Griswold says at the beginning.
Yeah.
Minutes later, the police, led by Inspector Daniel Clay, arrived.
Oh, Inspector Clay!
Who found them?
Is this guy especially funny?
Medical examiner been around yet?
The morgue wagon ought to be along most any time.
The Vampira didn't want any dialogues.
Much as we could.
She wanted the movie to be mute. Like, she wanted to be mute in the movie.
Uh-huh.
So they gave all the dialogue to Tor Johnson, who doesn't exactly have the best diction.
Mm-hmm.
Take charge.
Okay, Inspector. What are you going to do?
Knock
Well, it
him
was
out.
Swedish, for one thing.
Yeah.
Out there.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get beyond the range of those lights, you won't be able to see your hand in front of your face.
I will get one of the flashlight from the patrol car.
Be careful, please.
I'm a big boy now, Johnny.
Oh, bless him.
Yeah, he's trying. Like,
Yeah.
but he's... Yeah, his previous film role was with Ed Wood as well in Pride of the Monster, and He has no dialogue in Bride of the Monster, and he does just fine as like a big tragic monster.
Mm.
You know, sort of Frankenstein character.
That's
in this, God bless him.
Yeah. Is that the one you just watched on your channel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Bride of the Monster is one of my favorite Ed Wood movies.
It's my favorite one.
Mm.
It's the closest thing to like a normal mainstream horror movie ever made. Everything else was absolutely insane.
Tor Johnson, more like Her Johnson.
Oh, it looks like a bobcat tore into them.
Yeah.
Oh, specific.
Say, Lieutenant, did you get that funny odor?
How could I miss it? Oh, that'd be the morgue wagon now.
I love this fence, by the way.
Yeah, that is something else.
That is so fucking gnarly. Like, what happened?
What didn't happen?
I feel like somebody was throwing that out. You know what I mean? Ed was like, I'll take that off you. Free of charge. You ain't even got to pay me.
I'm just imagining him prowling around all the dumpsters like, yeah, I can use this.
Maybe I am.
Threw away a perfectly good basketball half.
Yeah, he was that kind of guy. Like, genuinely so driven to make a movie. I
Mhm.
think that's why I like these kind of films more than I like stuff like Robot Monster or The Screaming Skull.
Mm.
Because it's like, this is made with like a level of insane passion.
Yeah, I worked with someone like that once. He had that kind of insane passion. Like he tore apart his own sofa to make a torso through which to thrust a still beating heart kind of thing.
Nice.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Saucer? You mean the kind from up there?
Yeah, its counterpart. It was shaped like a huge cigar. When it passed
Have you seen what a cigar looks like? I don't think it was shaped like a huge cigar.
Hmm.
Report it?
Yeah, radioed in immediately. They said we'll keep it quiet until you land. As soon as we landed,
They kept it quiet.
grabbed us and made us swear to secrecy about the whole thing. What burns me up? These things I've been seeing for years. They hear it's a fact. And the public
Did
don't
Riff
know
Tracks do this? Or Mystery
Yeah,
Science Theater?
Mystery Science Theater.
All
Hmm.
the books are used to making a fuss. But last night I saw a flying object that couldn't have possibly been from this planet. But I can't say a word. I'm puzzled by Army brass. I can't even admit I saw the thing.
Whoop. Nicely done.
Yeah, perfect.
I think they did a pretty
Quick,
good
let's
job of
make
moving
out.
the furniture, like a nice big shove off screen,
Yeah.
and she looked pretty good.
Look, it's the giant cigar.
Just chucks it.
You can see the grave just like flopping around.
Well, anyway.
So I'm going to tell you something incredibly charming about this film while we're waiting for more stuff to
Oh,
happen.
please do.
Ed Wood was so proud of this movie,
Hmm.
in spite of the fact it's a huge piece of crap, that it used to play late night on like random, like weird TV channels,
Hmm.
and because it was really cheap to buy at the time. So, like, movie, you know, the kind of shows, things that would show movies like From Hell It Came and stuff like that.
Hmm.
That's bad, right?
Yeah.
But those kind of movies. And what would happen is Ed would like be watching TV late at night, and he would ring all his friends whenever Plan 9 came on. And
Just tune
here
in,
comes-
please.
Here comes quote unquote Bela Lugosi.
Uh-huh.
Totally.
It's clearly him.
Yeah, totally not Edward's wife's chiropractor. They're just like, let's put a wig on.
Don't go that way, he's gonna get you. Where are you even going? Is this the same 4 feet of set that he had to walk across several times? Why is she walking like C-3PO?
So this Ed used to I saw an interview with Paul Marco,
Mm-hmm.
who's in all these movies, the Ed Wood movies, as a recurring character.
If that apparition we saw had
Mhm.
something to do with it, come on.
And he was saying about how Ed would phone him in the middle of the night and say, hey, turn on channel, whatever. Plan 9's on, our movie's on. And he used to get really excited.
That's sweet. I thought you were going to say it was to get views up. Like, for a while I was watching my husband's live streams on repeat to get him up to the required view count for monetization.
Yeah.
So I thought it was like a TV ratings thing.
Messed up as bad as those two back there. That saucer or whatever it was had something to do with this? Your guess as good as mine, Larry.
Don't scratch your neck with the gun.
By the way, he was doing that on purpose to see if...
Wait.
All right.
And somebody's responsible.
Yeah, that's what murder means. Yeah, Gemma, sorry, carry on with your anecdote. Didn't want people to miss that piece of dialogue.
The reason why pointing his gun at himself is because he did it so that, like, to check if Ed would notice, and he didn't.
Oh dear.
Yeah, he was deliberately irresponsible with the gun. Like, just to see if the director would like pull him up on it.
Yeah.
His life for another. It is always difficult to have last words over the grave of a friend. And Inspector Daniel Clay,
I just love the way Ed writes.
a dear friend to me and to all of us. The bell has rung upon his great career. Now we lay him to rest. A rest well deserved, but so premature.
Meanwhile,
It just feels so disconnected, doesn't it?
a little bit, yeah.
Weird, like old school gothic horror, and then just a flying saucer movie.
Edward was also quite famous for using a lot of stock footage in movies.
Mhm.
And by a lot of stock footage,
I'm guessing that wasn't some.
Yeah, I mean, definitely not.
Yep.
Yeah, we were just talking about Inspector Kelton. He's got his own fan club and everything. Yeah, the guy who plays him, Marco, was the guy who was telling that anecdote about how Ed would phone people up and say, Plan 9's on TV, turn the channel, whatever. I think I'd do that though if my movie was on TV. I know things are different now with live streaming and everything, but I think I'd be like
Eartha Kitt!
Saucer seen over Hollywood. Flying saucers seen over Washington, D.C.
He's so excited.
Yep.
The army convoy.
yeah, the narrator, Criswell, is just another friend of Edward's. He was a TV psychic like Mystic Meg.
He used to be on Johnny Carson and stuff.
He used to make these ridiculous predictions about the future that were always like wildly wrong. But yeah, he was just a friend. He was just a friend of Edward's, and they did the narration for him.
Was to make the greatest decision of his career. He made that decision. Colonel Edwards gave the signal to fire.
Yeah, I know. We were talking about that before you were in the chat. About how they wanted to do The Ghoul Goes West after Lugosi got out of rehab. In fact, you can hear him talking about it in an interview.
Yes.
I think it's the first interview he gives when he comes out of rehab. And he's like, what are you working on, Mr. Lugosi? He's like, I'm working on The Ghoul Goes West. New Eddie Wood picture. And I always thought it was very endearing that he calls him Eddie Wood.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. Doesn't seem to be working.
Oh, it's almost as if it's just hitting negative space.
I love how the general is clearly standing against the backdrop. Like no effort has been made to cover that fact up. It's like, guys, we've only got we've only got 20 minutes to get the scene. Who gives a shit about the shadow? No one's gonna notice. Just shoot.
If he lifts his binoculars one more fucking time. Yep.
Quite a sight, wasn't it, sir?
A sight I'd rather not be seeing.
Worried about them, sir?
Well, they must have a reason for their visits.
Visits? That would indicate visitors. Big government's usual way of welcoming visitors.
I love the way he writes.
Yeah, so Ed's bizarre like dialogue. It's
For a time, we
unmistakable.
tried to contact them by radio, but no response. Then they attacked a town. A small town, I'll admit, but nevertheless a town of people. People
I've
who
never
tried.
seen the script for The Ghoul Goes West. I've never actually sat down and read it, so that would be a very interesting read for me.
Take any fire, any earthquake, any major
Was that the script Lugosi? Because Lugosi died with the script in his hand, but I'm not sure what script it was. Do you know? Because you seem very well versed. So what's your name in the chat? The chat just appeared for me. Person in the chat I was just talking to.
Where are they from?
Bloody thing.
Where are they going?
Live chat.
Mm-hmm.
They, sir? Who?
Anthropomantic
This is a
fiend.
training maneuver, sir. We
You
only
seem very
use
well
it for
versed on
fire.
Edward. Do you know if that was the one? Because I know, yeah, Lugosi
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
was
I wonder
reading
what their next move will be.
a movie script.
Is that the
I like
mothership
the mothership.
Yeah.
I like that it's just a bigger version of the other ones.
that doesn't move?
It was made out of balls and a pizza pan.
Was it really the mothership?
What will their
Yeah.
That's
next
also. I know the normal ships because there was a lot of debate over.
What a fucking dressing gown.
Really excited to see Bunny. There was a lot of debate about how they made the flying saucers, and it turns out
Mhm.
that they were just like an Airfix model.
Mm-hmm. And paper plates.
We had to pull in here to Space Station 7.
I don't know if that's true, the paper plate thing. I think that's an urban.
No, they
Hmm.
used paper plates.
We
They
contacted
used everything from automobile hubcaps to pie tins to paper plates.
See, everyone says that they did that, but I don't. You know,
Plan 9.
from what I've read in my own actual research about the film, it's like
Mhm.
they all the fucking flying saucers look the same. I don't think they use loads of different. I really don't.
It might have not been used, whatever.
I mean, points for creativity? I don't know.
So this guy was again a very eccentric friend of Ed's.
Mhm.
The guy reading.
Spotting a pattern.
Yeah, he was a drag queen,
Oh.
and out and proud homosexual as well. Which again, I mean, for the time.
Yeah, good for him.
Cool, yeah, exactly.
Does he get dragified for this movie?
However, none of those risen have been seen.
What's that? Sorry.
Not by any
Does he get in drag for this movie?
He does not, unfortunately.
Oh. Oh well.
And he's played by Bill Murray in the
Yeah, the movie about Edward's life. Yeah.
yeah, and he's fantastic.
Raptor Rex says the Virgin Dog Walker versus the Chad Edward.
Yes.
I feared His Excellency wouldn't take our report as well.
Well, Heidi
The book is called Edward, the Lost Lugosi Screenplays, and it has the Ghoul Goes West and the Vampire's Tomb. Well, thank you for the recommendation. I'll certainly be checking that out.
The Earth people will put in our way.
Birthday present idea.
We'll have our problems. But those whom we're using cannot think. They are the dead, brought to a simulated life by our electrode guns. You know, it's an interesting thing when you consider the Earth people who can think are so frightened by those who cannot. Dead.
Has anyone noticed the return of the shower curtain? By the way.
Oh yeah. The shower curtain's my favourite character so far.
It definitely gives the most consistent performance in the film.
Mhm.
Yeah. Unfortunately, a colorized version of this movie exists.
Unfortunately, it exists.
Unfortunately.
Ah.
I have very negative colorization. Like I picked up The Thing from Another World on VHS without realizing it was colorized.
Mhm.
So, like I remember putting it on Twitter. I put it into my VCR, and
Yeah.
then I was just like, Ted Turner, you didn't reckon on the fact I have color controls on my remote. Right, color out of it.
I had a TV once that was broken and would only show in black and white. I thought it made all my DVDs look very artsy.
I think some films. I think if a film's shot in black and white, you should be respectful and watch it in black and white. Colorized
Yeah.
movies piss me off.
Sometimes they can be badly done.
They can't. Yeah, so you showed me the colorized version of It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh yeah, and fucking
Oh.
Jimmy Stewart looks like Commander
Oh,
Data.
no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the skin tones are so shit.
Yeah, I like that everyone in those always is the same color of spam. Just really unattractive looking.
Yeah, it's horrible. I
Yeah.
have no idea why you would colorize a movie.
Mm.
By the way, Emily, speaking of when you mentioned the Misfits earlier on,
Mhm.
it says I'm just sort of having a wee look through here. It's like in 1977, Glenn Danzig created his own independent record label to release his band, the Misfits Music, originally called Blank Records. It was later renamed Plan 9 Records.
Mhm.
The band's song Vampira is about the movie, including the lyric "Grave Robbers from Outer Space."
Hmm. How interesting. Thanks for that.
Yeah, there's a band that I really liked when I was a teenager that I still kind of like now. That were Frankenstein drag queens from Planet 13, and they had a song called Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Mhm.
Sometimes in the night when it does get a little lonely.
I'm also going to quickly defend the cinematography in this. A lot of people criticize the negative space on the top of the frame. This movie was actually shot for black bars, so the projectionist is supposed to put black bars on it.
Mhm.
So the reason it's shot like this is to protect it for TV broadcast.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, in cinemas there's supposed to be black bars put on it, and there isn't in any release of it. Which is why in certain shots you can see the mic and things. So while yes, it's very easy to think Ed would just leave the mic in shot, a lot of the time in this movie when things like that happen, like earlier in the plane, it's just because it shouldn't be in the frame.
Mhm.
So
Thanks for clearing that up.
Protecting Ed Wood is like dial.
Yeah.
Mm. I'm not really sure what the plot is. I just know that there have been aliens.
So the aliens are executing Plan 9, which involves resurrecting the dead using electrodes. That's all we've got so far.
Okie dokie.
It was called Plan 9 because the church didn't want it to be called Grave Robbers
Yes,
from
because
Outer Space.
the Baptists who financed the film didn't want it to be called Grave Robbers from Outer Space.
Mm. Oh, fair enough. There's the shower curtain again.
I love the cockpit set. It's the fucking greatest.
Mm.
A paper clock in the background.
What the hell were they thinking with this set? Almost, the costumes look fine as well. Like it's so bizarre because it's not like the costumes are horrific. They're
No, they look pretty good.
Acceptable
Compared to like something from Manos.
Yeah.
Oh, did you guys know? I know you know because I told you earlier. There's a video game based on Manos: The Hands of Fate.
I did not know that.
It's on sale on Steam at the moment. I haven't looked much, but I saw an article about it because the director's cut's coming out for it. The game, I mean. So I'm going to see how much it is.
Okay,
It's
okay.
like a side-scrolling action kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
I've just been giving himself and me a study in silence.
Boys aren't cute.
No, Edie, nothing like that. Hey, Edie, how about you and me balling it up in Albuquerque?
Albuquerque, have you read that flight schedule, boy?
What about it?
We land in Albuquerque
Oh.
at 4 a.m.
Wednesday 13's other band, Murder Dolls, song called Dead in Hollywood. Yes, I remember that. Not on Ed Wood, but you know good, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I read about that cemetery.
I'm quite sad that Ed never lived to see like the success his films got.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because like, yeah, he died completely penniless. I think about 3 or 4 days after getting evicted from his house.
Yeah.
I think like now he's kind of a superstar.
That is a shame. I heard the same thing about Blind Willie Johnson, and the only reason I thought about that was because someone recently was like, hey, not everyone has to be compensated for their works. Like, just in history, there are tons of people who never lived to see their creation be truly appreciated. I was like, yeah, but I'd still want them to be.
Yeah, like, that doesn't make it good.
No.
Oh, here's a list of great artists that died penniless.
Yeah, in a pile of wet newspaper. No, they didn't deserve that.
Residents near the cemetery paid little attention.
Oh, real Lugosi footage.
Yay!
And the flash of
Here he comes.
But from the blast,
Apparently the VHS release back at the time was called Almost Starring Bela
Really?
Lugosi.
Did you guys know Lugosi's not his real name?
What is his real name?
Can't remember what his real name is, but
Oh.
he named himself after Lugos, which is the town he was born in.
Mm.
It's something in Hungarian.
Yeah, it's just something kind of I
Yeah.
guess it's something that's either not easy for Western, like, well,
Yeah.
you know, Hungary isn't exactly Eastern, but you know what I mean? Like,
I know the main character in Beastars is called Lugosi, and I'm only watching it because it's, I don't know, a lot of voice actors seem to be into anime, and I'm like, this one seems not too bad.
Sure, I'm all right.
Oh.
But I don't know if it's a common name in Japan or whatever. That's just, I know that's his name.
I'm all right. Okay, Mac. Thanks for calling. Good night.
One of the characters in Supernatural called herself Bella Talbot,
Mhm.
based off of like Bela Lugosi
Hmm.
and like Lawrence Talbot
Mhm.
with the Wolfman.
Hmm.
yeah, we should point out as well, a lot of people say Bella, and it is actually Bela.
Oh,
It's one.
myself included. All right, Bela Lugosi.
Yeah, it's they do sound very similar. It's just that
Mm.
that's one of the things they get wrong in the Ed Wood movie as well. Like everyone
Yeah.
Bella.
People pronounce Roald Dahl's name wrong all the time.
Yeah. You know, Bela Lugosi's Dead is a song by Bauhaus that came out in the 80s. Like goth kind of dance music from the 80s. Called Bela Lugosi's Dead.
Yeah.
I gotta save him for his age. He looks cool in the costume.
Yeah. There's that urban legend that he was buried in his Dracula costume. I don't know if that's true.
It is true.
Mm.
But it was the one from the. I think it wasn't the one from the movie though.
Ah.
It was one of the ones he wore on stage.
Mm-hmm.
But I've actually seen photographs of him in his coffin with it.
Huh. Who's taking photos at a funeral?
Yeah,
It's a celebrity funeral, isn't it? You know.
true.
I know, but still.
I'm a bit funny about that. I'll be like, nah.
Yeah. Who wants a selfie with grandma?
I know there's that guy that's like that's got a video of he's got his grandma's coffin in the back
God, that's
garden.
fucked up.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. It could have been faked.
I hope it was. I hope it was fake because it was so creepy.
Yeah.
Oh, my boy, Tor Johnson,
Woo!
back from the dead. Watch him. He was such a big guy. He was 100 pounds. Watch him try to get out of his grave.
Take your time. It's fine.
Why not do another take?
Fair play to him wearing those contacts, though. Those things were uncomfortable back in the day.
Yeah, I've seen interviews with the cast of Evil Dead, and there's
Yeah, like shoving Tupperware under your eyes.
yeah.
I remember that like my mum was saying that when she had contacts back in the late 80s,
Mhm.
they were back like that as well because I think she was one of the first people to get contacts
Mhm.
in Scotland, and she said they were like jamming bits of glass in your eyes.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Mm. Whereabouts in Scotland are you from, by the way?
I'm from a little sort of like park called Ayrshire, which is just south of Glasgow.
Oh, okay.
I've moved all over, my accent's all over the place.
Yeah. My family came from Kilcoddy in Fife. I don't know whether it's
yes.
relative to...
It's I actually have a relative who's from Fife.
Mm.
A few live up that neck of the woods. It's kind of like on the northeast side. It's just below like Dundee and Aberdeen.
I love how there's no attempt at continuity here between night and day. It's just...
Well, he looks ghastly.
It does, yeah. Vampire was paid $200 for this movie.
Is that good?
Not really.
No.
No, but to be fair, wasn't she not getting hired at the time?
Yeah, she wasn't getting hired at all.
Mm.
It's again daytime again. There's no proof to this. People say like, oh, she wanted to play the part mute because she was embarrassed, and no, it was just it was a creative choice.
Yeah.
She thought it would because she had lines, and she said, I don't think it's very scary if I'm walking around like this and I speak.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so people are like, oh, she was already embarrassed and she didn't want to recognize her. I'm like, no, if she felt that way, she would have stipulated not to have her name on the poster.
What was the... I think it was Krampus... it was one of the Krampus movies where Krampo himself was actually kind of intimidating, apart from the 10-minute speech he gives at the end, which just kind of ruins things.
Yeah, that's. Why would you have him talk?
I don't know. He had a lot of exposition to impart.
Ah, like a better filmmaker rate that in the film
Yeah.
without dialogue.
Or,
Yeah.
you know, get Criswell to narrate it.
That's what they should have done, yeah. There's not very many good Krampus movies, though. I don't know.
I haven't really seen any except for an
As you
Inside
said,
Number
the Inside
9.
Number 9.
Yeah.
I need to get caught up on that. I fucking love that series, but I haven't seen it in ages. My favourite episode's probably still the first one.
I've gotten up to season 4. It's really, really good.
God, 4 seasons. I miss UK Netflix.
If you get a VPN, you can change what you just change your territory on Netflix. The image, I know there's like, it's hilarious how the aliens plan involves just like, we're gonna resurrect the dead, but we're gonna resurrect like 3 of them. But the images of Tor Johnson and Vampira walking slowly together like that, they're just so weirdly iconic. Like they just stick in my mind.
I know what you
Think
mean.
about this movie. Those are the images I think of, even more so than Lugosi. Just seeing those two like shuffling slowly.
Yeah. What's that one sci-fi movie that just has 3 naked aliens kind of just wandering around?
I'm not sure.
Turn off the electrodes quickly. They can't tell us.
Sounds familiar though.
Vampire, the way she moves and the way she reminds me of like a clockwork toy in this.
A little bit.
Like when she stops.
Kind of reminds me of like that bit in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang where they're all like where they're doing the bit where they're being toys.
Find something. I don't know what you're looking for.
I don't think the lieutenant does either.
Then what are we doing out here? I was off duty an hour ago.
Oh, don't ask me any questions. I'm just a hard hand just like you.
She said, soft cap.
What do you suppose that noise was?
Whatever it was, it's no more strange than the other things happening around this cemetery.
Spirits like old Farmer Caller talked about.
Well, maybe.
The only spirits he saw tonight were those I smelled on his breath.
Well, don't forget, Miss Trent claims to have seen them too. She didn't have anything on her breath. She was hysterical.
And I would know.
She was frightened and in a state of shock. But
Oh no, women hysterical. Send her to Bedlam.
Hadn't thought of that.
Well, you might get the vibrator treatment. That might not be so bad.
Detective lieutenant, and I'm still a uniformed cop.
sometimes it's only the brakes, Larry. Meantime, let's get going.
That's such a strange way to treat that.
Yeah.
Well, better than cutting out their wombs, which was the the other treatment.
I wouldn't mind that.
Flying saucer? Makes you say that.
Remember the noise we heard the other night?
We were knocked to the ground. How could I forget?
Exactly.
It's the same reason Christopher Lee barely speaks in The Hammer of Dracula's. Yeah.
There you're
It's
wrong.
not intimidating. Well, I know with Dracula, it depends on how you want to play him. Because in Lugosi's quite a lot of strength. He does really well.
Gary Oldman as well.
Yeah, I like Gary Oldman as Dracula. I don't think I think the movie has a lot of problems, but
Yeah.
I think
Justin Long being one of them. Yeah, yeah.
Oldman, I think, is one of the best Draculas, and he doesn't get a lot of love because the film he's in isn't very good.
Yeah.
But
I don't think
I think his performance is really good.
I can't think of many film roles he's buggered up apart from maybe Quest for Camelot, that weird movie where he played a dwarf and was very unconvincing.
Oh, Tiptoes.
Yeah.
I always describe that movie as dwarf blackface.
Yeah.
I've seen Quest for Camelot as well.
Yeah. I used to like it a lot as a child because I didn't know any better.
Same. I watched it again as an adult, and then I went, "Why did I like this?"
There was a bunch of movies I liked, just probably being a bit artsy, but like Shark Tale I watched on repeat, Corpse Bride, fucking Overboard. Didn't seem to matter what the movie was.
Shark Tale.
I know.
Feels bad.
It is
We're
bad.
talking about movies that are worse than this. Shark Tale is worse than this.
Yeah, I agree.
Didn't mean it, I wouldn't have said it. Scared? Well, why do I always get hooked up with these spook details? Monsters, graves, bodies. Oh, all right.
Keanu, yeah. For some reason, I thought it was Justin Long. Fucking no, it's Keanu Reeves. Yeah, yeah. His British accent wasn't very good.
Like,
Yeah. To be fair, I think Americans, they don't have as many, like they haven't been bombarded with British media constantly, so maybe accents are harder for them to do than the other way around.
yeah, but there's no excuse as an actor. Like, it's part of your job is to research.
Sure.
Keanu just sounds like Ted.
Yeah, he doesn't sound like anything. Like, his accent doesn't sound like any accent that exists. It's really
No.
Blue Inferno.
Yeah, it's like, it just sounds like nothing.
Mm.
So Inspector Kelton, of course, appears in 3 of these movies.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think then that they take place in the same universe?
What the
Do you think that
the
in
WCU
movies, like,
yeah,
this is like, oh, monsters, aliens? Do you think he's talking about like the
Friday the Monster?
yeah, the old the giant octopus at the old Willow's place?
Mm-hmm.
Like, one has to wonder.
Mm.
I like to think that this was before the MCU. You had the Kelton.
Yeah.
The Kelton timeline.
Called the some people call it the Inspector Kelton trilogy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's tangentially connected by one character.
Mm.
Night of the Ghoul as well,
Mm.
which I haven't seen.
You realize there's a government directive stating that there is no such thing as a flying saucer. Yes, sir.
Going back to Bram Stoker's Dracula for a second,
Uh-huh.
the biggest identifier that the film is so poorly aged is that Sadie Frost is in it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Admitting this against direct orders.
And Carrie, was it Elways?
Yeah.
Wesley.
Yeah, Wesley.
from Princess Bride.
And Wesley. Like, people wwho used to be famous.
He was also in Quest for Camelot.
Yes, he was.
Mm.
He was blind, wasn't he?
His character was, yeah.
I always remember him, obviously as Wesley, but outside of that as Robin Hood.
Mm-hmm.
I
remember him from he was in Saw, isn't he? He's
in Saw, the first
Yeah.
one and the last one.
yeah, with his terrible accent.
Yeah, he's improved since then. And Stranger Things is.
That's
Oh,
good.
his accent's much better.
Oh yeah, that's good. I'm one to talk. My American accent's dreadful.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. You're a voice actor, I suppose, but like, you're not like. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got time to work on it at your point, your stage in your career. Like, you're being hired for a major picture, and that's still your accent.
I guess. My American accent sounds like Patrick Bateman drunk, but trying not to sound like he's drunk.
That's a good.
To be fair, like, Christian Bale's American accent's quite good, I thought.
Mm.
For ages, I couldn't pin down his accent because he would give interviews and stuff in character. So I was like, where is this bastard from? I can't even.
He's Welsh.
He's Welsh.
Yeah.
I'd put on an accent if I was Welsh. So.
I did a creepypasta reading in Welsh once. Well, the accent, I mean.
I was going to say, you didn't read it in the Welsh language, did you?
No, I don't know any Welsh, unfortunately.
I was say, who would download it as well? Like, it's a very niche audience.
Yeah.
I did a game. I did like reading in a game with a Welsh accent.
Mhm.
Well, like I used one of the characters and made them Welsh.
Mhm.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, someone's like, do a Welsh accent. I'm like, okay.
And it's not, sometimes as an actor, as well, like, people will just throw that at you. Like, we talked about Keanu Reeves earlier. Apparently, when he played Buddha, he didn't know he had to be Indian until like the day of shooting.
Oh shit.
They didn't give him any prep, and they went, "Oh, can you do it Indian, please?"
Mhm.
And he was like, "You haven't given me any time. What do you mean, do it Indian?"
Mhm.
He's like, "Can you do an Indian accent?" I'm like, "Well, fucking no. I haven't had any time to prepare."
No.
But what's funny is, even though his accent's quite bad, like, he did it on the day, and it's still better than his English accent, Dracula.
Yeah. Anthropomantic says, apparently Johnny Depp's British accent makes him sound drunk. I'm not British, so I wouldn't know. He sounds pretty, like, he was British in Corpse Bride, and he sounds pretty good there. I can't speak for any other roles he might have taken up, but he seems okay.
Has a British accent in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Mm. Oh, Sleepy Hollow is kind of, yeah. Maybe? I don't know.
I don't really have issues with his English accent. It's fine.
Serviceable.
So was this the alien speaking to them?
Yeah, it's
In outer space, interfere with transmitting.
transmission.
How
I
many
think.
recordings do you have, General?
An even dozen up to now. This was the last one. We received it over a month ago.
You think they mean business?
We can't afford to take any chances. Come over here.
Hmm.
You ever been to Hollywood?
Oh, a couple of times, a few years ago.
You're going to be there in the morning. Just a few minutes from Hollywood, in the town of San Fernando, reports have come in of saucers flying so low the exhaust knocked people to the ground. There have even been stated claims of saucer landings. Major Carlson will replace you while you're out there. You're the best man for the job of attempting to contact them. Find them, Colonel. See what in hell it is they want.
All right, sir.
I wonder what it is they want.
I don't know.
These
They
are
just want
Snacks.
to death.
reports, Colonel. Read them
Oh.
over carefully on the plane.
For some reason.
They will explain. They will explain a bit later on why they're well, to an extent. I mean, it's never like, well, okay, well, why did you think this would work? Like, their objections to the human race are explained.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say that Plan 9 is particularly well explained.
No.
I've watched this movie about 3 or 4 times already, and I still don't know what's going on.
One of my favorite B movies that I happened to review was what was it called? Fucking, I've forgotten it now. Damn it! What's it called? Never mind. I'll get back to it at some point.
We are ready to report, Excellency.
It'll come to you.
Mhm.
Days late.
It was unavoidable. We tried to transmit via televisor, but atmospheric conditions made transmission impossible.
You should have transmitted as
Planet of the Vampires. That was it.
I thought time was of the essence.
Apparently, they originally envisioned
Our ships have been
in
viewed at the point
post
of operation.
editing the aliens' voices so that they sounded a bit less just like people, but they just didn't have the time or money.
Three of the dead ones.
Yeah.
permit me to see one.
Because it's just funny, they just have these.
Use your small electrode gun.
Mhm.
They don't look particularly alien. I mean, like, Bunny has a fucking like medieval costume on.
My ship.
Mm.
Necessary that you continue your
Yeah, what's that about?
Battle axe on a shield.
need of your other ships.
It's just his regular day-to-day wear, you know.
Even though you have risen 3
Yeah.
of the Earth's dead, the plan is far from successful, and you, Eros, must prove it an operational success before more time, energy, ships, and your countrymen.
I mean, the only thing they needed to do to make them sound alien was just dub Criswell over them.
Yeah.
You do not have the lives
Future events such as these will affect you in the future. I love Criswell. Like, his voice is so strange.
Mm.
at the scene of your present operations.
That is correct.
They have been viewed many
You just need to
times
think
at
B.
the scene of operations. Something
B.
must be done about that.
Stop him, Tanner. He's close enough. Turn off your electrode gun.
Oh no!
No, I'm gonna knock the curtain over.
To the floor, Tanner. The metal will break contact.
Someone get over there and punch him. Or not.
Just like the lack of any tension.
Yeah.
Was too close.
He's just standing there. Look at him.
Yes.
I was like, he's a space knight. Duh.
Bring the giant here that I may get a better look at you.
That's a good look. This way.
Yes, she's a fine specimen. Are they all
I'll say.
powerful on planet Earth?
This one is an exception, Excellency.
What are the other two like?
One is a woman, the other
Ooh.
an old man.
An old man, you say?
Yes, Excellency.
I happen to like old men.
This gives us a plan. Put the big one away.
Pick up your electrode gun.
This has inspired me for Plan 10, but we'll talk about that later.
Minute jam seems to have been cleared by the fall.
Take him back to the ship.
Go this way.
He probably can't see with this in.
This way.
The old one must be sacrificed. Re-land on Earth. Send the old one to enter a dwelling. Then cut the electrokinetic and turn on your ship's decomposure ray. The result will astound those watching. Astound them enough to delay their intention until you have gained your other recruits from the cemetery.
Yes, Excellency. It'll be done.
Report to me when this has been accomplished.
I'm leaving now.
Heroes, the Earth people are getting closer to that which we fear. Since they will not listen or respect our existence, they cannot help but believe our powers when they see their own dead walking round again, brought about by our advancement in such things.
I kind of like that mid-Atlantic accent they have going on.
March them on the
Yes.
capitals of the Earth, let
It's like
nothing
the-
stand in your way.
I do love how the guy's not even
Advancements
looking
in
at him.
such things.
And believe in that fact.
It's clear they shot this like separate from each other as well, because like yeah, the
Mhm.
eye lines don't match.
Yeah. Couldn't they have stuck a bit of blue tack in the appropriate spot? I don't know. Was blue tack invented?
Ed just probably pointed when he's over there.
Yeah.
Are you sure, Ed? Yeah, it's fine.
You want to do another take? What's to protect? It's perfect.
I guess you like working with Tom.
Yes.
So I heard something about Ed that they often shot stuff without getting proper planning permission.
Oh yeah, there are a lot of shot when we. This film is full of them, but we talked about this on Bride of the Monster as well. They had what we call stolen shots, and again, in terms of stolen, that doesn't mean like stock footage that they didn't pay for. I mean stolen as in they went out and shot without a permit. Now I'll be honest with you, I've stolen a lot of shots in movies.
We've all done it.
But things with this was in the 50s and he lived in Hollywood. You know, it was like it must have been very difficult for him to get away with it. So I know like sometimes they have like a small unit, like a very small team, just like the absolute bare essential crew there, so that they could get up and run.
Yeah.
Like, once they got the shot, it's like, right, we have to go as soon as we got the shot before we get seen. That's how a lot of filmmakers have done that. I mean, Jackie Chan, I think it's in the first Police Story movie. They start running at one point, and the camera's like shaking really violently while they run. That's just because there were cops, and they're like, "We gotta go. We just finished the scene. We'll just do the chase. Let's go."
Yeah.
And, like they just did it like in one with the camera bouncing. It's like, right, that's it. We've got to get out of here before we get in trouble because we haven't got permission.
Yeah.
I will.
Hey, possibly Bela. Yeah.
There's just no respect for like the difference between day and night. The difference between Lugosi and a man who looks about 30 years his junior.
Yeah.
Between soundstage and actual location. Like, it's just mental. And
the audience will use their imagination. It's fine.
Like joyous nature of it. Like no one's gonna notice. Just finish the movie. That's all that matters. None of these little details are important. Just finish the movie and it will be good.
It'll be alright on the night. It is the night.
Hello, Jacob and Gemma. Hello.
Hello.
Didn't the Golden Turkey Awards give light to the existing erotic porn film starring Jesus?
You what?
What?
Well, I got to see that. If that's still available for.
I'm intrigued. Like, wouldn't that be Jared Leto now? Because he thinks he's Jesus.
Oh yeah, that cult thing.
He also said erotic though.
True.
So I think of Jared Leto, I just get major Onision energy. Like, what is the relationship between these two locations? Like, it's just because the other guy's reacting to it, but like, that looks like it's in the middle of nowhere, and that's someone's garden.
I mean, maybe it is the middle of nowhere. Maybe it's.
There we go, and now. So bizarre. That's a great moment coming up. Okay, falls off. He puts it back up.
He's like, "Stop shooting! I'm gonna lose my cape."
It's called suspenders of disbelief. Don't you know anything?
Exactly. Yeah.
Alan Whitman.
Oh, the horror.
I think no one reacts as well.
No.
It's like, hey, he's a skeleton. He wasn't a skeleton before. Was he a skeleton? No, he wasn't. I know. I definitely saw walking around with skin in that. Yeah, I thought so. Well, how's he turned into a skeleton? All right, never mind. It's no point.
Come on, wake up.
He'll be all right in a few minutes.
You don't know that.
Did you see that thing? Did you get it? We got it. What was it?
No, you didn't. Fuck it. Did you get it? Yeah, we got it. All right.
Yeah. Don't even worry, it's fine.
Yeah, it's like, should we tell him that we didn't do it? No. Why let the aliens take the credit? We shot that. We shot him so much, all his skin, like blood and organs all came off. We took care of everything. Wow, you guys are really brave. Yeah, thanks.
What did you use? What technology? Better give that to the military.
Shot
Nah.
a bunch, just a lot.
Did you shoot his bones? Ah, shit.
Not on your life.
Modern women. It's been that way all down through the ages, especially in the spy.
Feminism. What's that?
Yeah.
Now you stay close to the officer, honey.
I'd
Good
feel
old days.
safer with you.
Modern woman in the 50s.
They didn't know.
Any woman born after 1945 can't cook.
I mean, to be fair, I can't cook.
All she knows how to do is faint.
There's a lot of that in Planet of the Vampires, by the way.
I'm interested to see that.
Listen to the
I
radio,
recommend it.
After 4 years in the Marine Corps,
boogie, and lie.
think we'll need these?
I need hot chip.
Never tell.
Good one.
Let's get going.
No, make dip.
Is that how to cook? They just know how to make guacamole.
That's extra.
What I always like to imagine as well, whenever I watch an Ed Wood movie, is the thought that at least at some point Ed is behind the camera dressed as a woman.
Would expect to find
Almost certainly, yeah.
Well, there's only one answer.
Full women's clothes, almost certainly Angora.
I was just going to say Angora, yeah.
There was like a special like VHS box set of like a documentary about him, plus this, which was like had like fake like Angora like fur on it. Was sort of lined with it. That's really cool.
The Bone should just get up and attack him, haunted on House on Haunted Hill style. Yes.
House on Haunted Hill is public domain as well.
Yes, it's a great film.
I wonder.
With my man, Vincent Price.
Yeah. Vincent Price's Bay. What's that film?
He was just born on the same exact day and that he died.
Oh.
Like literally to the date.
Yeah, I bought
Do you think he
Gemma-
was reincarnated as you?
I hope so.
I bought Gemma for Christmas the Roger Corman Vincent Price Blu-ray box set.
That's nice.
The Edgar Allan Poe movies. Where we've been watching, like slowly getting through them.
It was just to remind me that I killed him.
It's just saying that you owe, as a filmmaker, you owe the world of horror something special.
It's true.
Yeah.
You know, made a good start with a couple of movies, but you got to make something really important and special. Otherwise, Vincent Price died for nothing, Gemma. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying, get on with it. What are you doing this for?
How do you know when you've made the film?
Maybe you don't know. Maybe Ed Wood never knew. He never knew he left to Plan 9.
No.
Having said that, though, this was his favourite of his films, so maybe he did know.
He didn't want this to be his like magnum opus.
Yeah. I think a lot of that is because of Lugosi as well. Because their friendship was like the last bit of footage he had.
Yeah.
Again, that's pure conjecture on my part, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Good word, conjecture.
Vincent is the lord. Like Vincent is the lord of horror. Those movies are my all-time faves. Yeah. Like Jacob hadn't seen many of them, so we watched The Fall of the House of Usher, which you very much enjoyed, and we watched
Pit in the
The Pit and
Pendulum.
the Pendulum, which I hadn't seen in ages, and it's such a good movie. Highly recommended.
Oh, it's one of my favourite moments.
What's that one he's in with Diane Keaton? These Shakespearean deaths he deals out. I forget what it's called, but I've been meaning to see it.
Oh, that's sort of a more comedic.
Theatre of Blood.
That's the one.
Yeah. Theatre of Blood.
So he just like slaps him on the shoulder, and it's just dead. Like a trained police officer.
Mm-hmm.
Slapped to either to both shoulders. Boom, he's done.
No, my one weakness.
The Ionian nerve grip.
A moment or two more, and you will be the first live Earth people ever to enter a celestial ship.
Sounds like one of those bullshit Guinness World Records, doesn't it?
Anything that big height for so long a time. Never heard metal sound like that before. What do you see? Only my reflection.
I've listened to a lot of metal in my day. This ain't it.
Wonder how you get into this thing. I'm not sure I want to find
I
out.
swear that's exactly what a lamppost sounds like. If you're wearing a ring and like you tap a lamppost, it sounds spacey and weird like that.
Yeah.
I pay a lot of like weird amounts of attention to the noise things make.
Mm-hmm.
Character. It's like I do that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they got one of those weird buzzy things in the background. Science for no reason.
Yeah.
Yes, I want one of those. Tesla coil, yeah, just put them in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Is that what that's
why are you
called?
always talking here? I'm not going near that goddamn thing. One of them burn me on the Shandu.
That's what we're here for. I don't know. The way these things speed around, we might just get in there and off it goes. That's a chance we take. Well, I took a chance on those earlier airplanes. Might just as well see what the inside of one of these looks like.
Got nothing else to do.
I'll tell you one thing, a little green man
Inside of one of these doors.
I love how it's clearly like a cubic building as well.
Yeah.
And yet they're inside a flying saucer, which has been shown to be round.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a cigar box.
Do we have to kill them?
Look like a huge cigar. It's like
Hmm.
Yes.
A flying saucer-shaped cigar.
Well, wouldn't it be better to kill a few now than, with their meddling, permit them to destroy the entire universe?
Also, the Jesus film is lost.
Of course.
Shame.
Oh.
But those are not my words. Those are the
Ah.
words.
Like once
great
Jesus was
long
lost.
movies. London After Midnight and the Jesus porno.
You two stay right where you're at.
Is that a niche market that isn't on YouTube yet? People who reviewed niche porns?
Know for the moment about it. You just
The cinema stop does that.
Oh. Alright, well that's as long as it's happening.
I think Richard O'Brien took the inspiration for the characters from
we do.
for early outfits.
They would be of no use.
That is a little bit,
Mhm.
definitely.
Been mighty useful before on Flesh and Blood. And you two look like you've got a lot of both.
True, they would be effective upon us.
And here's
If you
something.
were to have the
One
Uh-huh.
of the things that's mentioned in the Rock Horror Picture Show is line speech translate is Steve Reeves movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ed Wood was one of the first people to cast Steve Reeves in a movie before he became a big famous, like a big famous sort of like Mr. Olympia kind of guy in,
Uh-huh.
in the late 50s and 60s.
You've done anything to Paula.
There's one thing.
Thank you.
So you know, so here's the big exposition.
Mm-hmm.
Next time you try that, I won't aim at the board.
Headstrong young man. I was only going to turn on the televisor so you could see her movements.
Hey. It's a TV inside a TV.
But move very carefully.
I felt like weirdly subversive this film is. Like the aliens, the anti-war aliens are sort of right,
Mm-hmm.
and you know the human heroes, you know, all kind of like dickheads.
Yeah. Makes a nice
But
change.
again, that's just kind of the way Ed Wood was. You know, he's a very kind of outsider kind of guy who didn't really relate to
Mm-hmm.
average people.
Yeah.
Our planet. I, a fiend. We did not come here as enemies. We came only with friendly intentions. To talk. To ask your aid. Our aid? Yes. Your aid for the whole universe. But your governments of Earth refused even to accept our existence. Even though you've seen us, heard our messages.
you still refuse to accept us. Why is it so important that you want to contact the governments of our Earth? Because of death.
It's my answer to everything.
Are idiots.
Death.
Just hold on, Victor. No, you hold
That's
on.
why.
First was your firecracker, a harmless explosive. Then your hand grenade. They began to kill your own people a few at a time.
That's
Then the bomb.
no, that's not how
Then
that.
a larger bomb.
No,
People are killed at one time.
that's not the order in which explosives were invented.
No.
They stumbled upon the atom bomb.
You're just getting bigger with the bombs. That's not.
Then the
You went from
hydrogen bomb,
firecrackers
where you
to
actually
nuclear warheads.
So like
Yeah.
hand grenades was the next
Now
step.
you can bring
Mhm.
the total destruction of the entire universe served by our sun. The only explosion left is the solar night. But there's no such thing.
There will be.
But we've known it for centuries. Your
The
scientists
fact that anyone let Ed
have
make
all the
Glenn or Glenda as a
the juvenile mind,
given
which
miracle.
is
I
Just
like-
thank George Weiss.
I like the
until it's too late.
the dream sequel, like the sort of dream / hallucination
Mhm.
sequence,
Solar night
is genuinely good filmmaking. I don't give a shit. Like
Hmm.
people are like, oh, it's incredibly weird. Yeah, it's experimental. It's fucking groundbreaking. Like the sound design and editing in that scene, like it's like Eraserhead 20 years earlier.
I was going to bring up Eraserhead. That was, yeah.
Doesn't David Lynch really like?
Yeah, it's one of his favorite movies.
Can you
Mhm.
see or measure an atom?
That doesn't surprise me.
Yet you can explode one. A ray of sunlight is made up of many atoms. So what
Me
if we do
took
develop this
5
sunlight
years
bomb?
to make Eraserhead.
Even
5,
stronger
7,
nation than now.
5
Mm.
years to make Eraserhead.
Yeah.
And
Here it is.
You're stupid minds. Stupid. Stupid. That's all I'm taking from you. Get back here, you giant.
The internet!
Let him finish.
Slaps him. No, I'm taking that at you.
Just fucking backhands the guy.
It's because of men like you that all must be destroyed. Headstrong, violent, no use of the mind God gave you. You talk of God? You also think it impossible that we too might think of God?
You didn't invent God,
You,
it turns out.
who wear the uniform of your country. You see, I wear the uniform of my country. Yes, we've had to use drastic means to get to you, but you left us no alternative. When you have the solar night, you have nothing.
This whole speech isn't too bad.
Nor does the universe.
yeah, it's not bad.
You speak of solar night, but just what is it? Take a can of your gasoline. Say, this can of gasoline is the sun. Now, you spread a thin line of it to a ball
Ed.
representing the earth.
Ed, stop doing science.
Represents the sunlight.
I was like, what's the solar night? It's a made-up word.
Decorate the ball with the gasoline.
But I'll explain.
Yeah, it's so scientifically amazing.
The
Yeah.
flame will speedily travel around the earth.
It's all imagination. It's like a child. You know, like a child's imagination.
It will explode this source and spread to every place that gasoline, our sunlight, touches. Explode the sunlight here, gentlemen. You explode the universe.
Anthropomantic says, weren't the Luda shots in Glenn or Glenda edited in without Ed's permission?
Yes, they were. There are cuts of the film that exist with most of that sort of titillating sort of stuff removed.
I didn't realise there was titillation in Glenn or Glenda.
This is why
Yeah, it's basically
in a friendly manner.
yeah, what's his name? Weiss, Georgie Weiss.
He's mad.
Was like, well, we're not going to make any money. He made, you know, trashy, smutty films, and Ed made this artistic, very personal film, and he was just like, what the fuck is this? We've got to put some tits in it.
So you'll never work for me again.
Women are for advancing the race, not for fighting man's battle.
But there's
Life is not so expensive.
if you look up the
We don't cling to
sort
a
of
life.
dream sequence,
Our entire aim
just like everything from like
to our planet.
down the couch and then the
Mhm.
kind of thundery, like intense sound design, and
Yeah.
Lugosi like appearing and doing the monologue.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre and like really intense. It's like, whoa. And a scene like that makes me, it makes me think of Ed as a good filmmaker, but also like he was the worst director. Like he wasn't. He was a good director.
Yeah.
He just didn't have any money, and
Yeah.
you know, a lot of his ideas were stupid. That doesn't mean he couldn't make a film.
Yeah.
He absolutely knew how.
What are you trying to say? If you don't make sense, we'll never get to the bottom of this. Now, who slugged you?
Inspector Clay.
What?
It was Clay, all right. Only not like we remembered him. Well, his clay was busted into, wasn't it?
Next, you'll tell me you saw skeletons.
We did, earlier.
Now I know you're off your rocker.
You just told me to tell.
Lieutenant, the colonel, everybody.
Where's Lieutenant?
Like, I know you're off your rocker. What, a skeleton? Why is a skeleton harder to believe than the our colleague and friend who we buried getting up and walking around?
Which way were they going?
I don't know. It's not as spooky scary as that.
Actual thing.
There's one
That's
inside
true,
you
but
right now.
That's harder for him to believe.
Yeah.
Then one day it would all be gone. One big puff of smoke and all of
It's like if somebody was reading, like if someone was talking about Jesus. Oh man, I saw a man walk.
the stars.
Next, you'll tell me you rode a donkey. Like, well, what? Which one of these is weirder for you?
Yeah.
You would better come along with us.
Come with you?
Where?
The police station.
So it seems you think you have the upper hand. Look out that way.
Wait, do I not have that?
Jeff.
Okay, so I've never seen Orgy of the Dead, but I was under the impression that he didn't actually direct it; that it was based on one of his shitty
But he would kill
erotic
his
books.
Hmm. To be fair, erotica is quite hard to do.
But that's that's how Ed was trying to make money like
Yeah.
later in life, was just like writing trashy erotic books.
Mhm.
Like that's all he was getting hired for.
Yeah.
Look there.
And it definitely, it obviously wasn't paying the fucking mortgage because he lost it.
It's Clay, all right.
Yeah, it's a shame.
But yeah, Orgy of the Dead, I don't think he was actually in.
From all I've
But I
Mhm.
could be wrong.
This won't do anything. Clay is dead, and we buried him. How are we going to kill somebody that's already dead? Dead! And yet there he stands. That was when earlier I emptied a foot.
So fucking gormless.
That's the only reason I'm
Just
listening.
such a funny dialogue.
Yeah.
It is.
Look, I've got an idea. Hurt him or not, we've got to try something. I'm gonna sneak up behind him and whop him over the head. That ought to make him move. Follow me. Even when Clay was alive, he couldn't run fast enough to catch me. So when he does, you grab Mrs. Trent and run like lightning in the opposite direction.
Oh, you think it'll work?
Know of anything else to try?
You just stand there.
I know guns are useless, but like, oh, let's crack him in the back of the head. Oh, that seemed to work.
Why doesn't someone try sticking a sword in Voldemort?
Take care of the others.
Your men have felled the big one. This could only happen because
A COVID-20 erotic romance. Yeah, that could be a thing.
when I turn it on.
Hold it. Right there.
Suppose the lieutenant and the others are in that thing.
Well, supposing there are Martians or something in there.
Come on, let's go. Open up in there. Open up.
Some of the human heroes are just like meat-headed.
Yeah.
Some interesting slapstick.
Again, I've been in films with worse fight choreography than this. I can't really criticize it.
She's really annoying her.
Not again.
Get out of here, Jeff.
Not
The ship's
again.
on fire.
An alien's coming and he smashed up the lab. Not again. Steal that
This is
girlfriend
like
smoking weed.
the original series Star Trek.
He's like, I have had enough of you.
I'd love to have seen an Ed Wood movie that had Shatner in it. I'm not gonna lie.
I would have too. He would have been perfect.
He would, yeah, like his acting style would have fit into Ed's strange vision really
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I think.
But we'll never know, because it will never happen. Apart from being on fire, it seems to be flying just fine.
Hemp Demon, this movie is wow.
You know what? I've seen way worse, like, destroyed spaceships than the ship on fire there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, one of the films I made in film studies for college was worse than this. It's not saying much, but
Oh yeah, pretty much every film I made in college was worse than this.
yeah.
With the ship and the ray gun gone, they have no control.
It starred my sister, who did not want to be in it, and then there was just photoshopped spaceships just parked in the driveway.
I like how he did Logan's spaceships for his movie.
Mm.
Those were paper.
Yes, they were.
Beautiful.
My friend, you have seen this incident based on sworn testimony. Can you prove that it didn't happen? Perhaps on your way home, someone will pass you in the dark, and you will never know it, for they will be from outer space. Many times the world is watching at this moment. We will laugh at the horseless carriage,
Blank, motherfucker.
the airplane, the telephone,
And he's bringing this up again, like in fucking Glen
radio, and even television.
Yeah.
He's trying not to laugh, you can tell.
Some of us laugh at outer space. God help us in the future.
I unironically love that shot though.
Yeah.
Like the use of light there is so strange.
It's very Twilight Zone. Yeah.
Like put in a movie. So you've seen it. You've seen Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Yes, thank you for introducing me to that. That was quite something.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not a film you can really prepare for, is it? It's
No.
not like other movies.
I mean, I feel like I've seen flavors of it somewhere else. Like, I'm sure it's been parodied to hell and back.
Yeah, like destroy all humans and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's the end of that. And I'm gonna close this so you don't see my cursed recommended list there.
It's just nothing but like
Yeah.
Jacksepticeye, just shitty gaming content. Just
Yeah.
like, oh god, my horror credentials are ruined.
Yeah.
Ours is
Gorillas there, there's fucking Ask a Mortician, fucking, I don't know.
Ours is mostly other bad movies and like James Rolfe stuff.
Yeah.
and Red Letter Media.
Yeah, and Red Letter Media, yeah. Mostly we watched that on my husband's account. But yeah, that was quite a good movie. Thank you for introducing me to that.
You're very welcome. It's a
Yeah.
film I love to show to people.
How many times do you think you've seen it at this point?
So that was I haven't seen it that many times. That was I think my 5th viewing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that was my 5th viewing as well.
Yeah.
It's I've seen Bride of the Monster the most times out of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Most Ed Wood movies I can't stand to watch more. Like
That's fair.
I saw The Sinister Urge, and that's just time I'm never gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm so glad that you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Are you, now that you've seen it, do you think you'd be interested in seeing more of his films? Like, would you think you'd go back and watch Glen or Glenda or Bride of the Monster? Or...
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Maybe in my own time I'll watch this again. I don't think there's subtitles on this version, but it might be a good idea so I don't miss any dialogue.
Yeah, no, I'd recommend that. That's why I got myself a copy of it
Mhm.
for DVD purposes, just sort of like to have that. Just because sometimes you're just like, what?
Mm-hmm. but yeah, I definitely watch more of his stuff. I am kind of interested in old 50s, 60s B-movie, campy kind of horror. I don't know if that would fall under that exact definition.
I definitely
but
would say, yeah.
Mm.
I mean, it's more like a Z movie. Like, yeah, I think it does fall into that category. Again, like I say, I prefer it to movies like, you know, about Screaming Skull and From Hell It Came, and because it just, even though there's so much wrong with the production value, there's still a level of effort, and it feels like a ton of effort that was wasted rather than a film that didn't make effort.
Yeah.
Which, you know, you can see the passion up on the screen. You just can't see talent.
Yeah, like you said, yeah, they had no budget whatsoever, and it could have been a really, but in a way, I'm glad it wasn't, because it sticks in people's memories more this way. You know, as unfortunate as Edward's legacy might be, it's at least something.
I highly recommend that that you do watch Tim Burton's Edward film, especially if you are into sort of like filmmaking, and especially sort of and even just watching a sort of more stylized sort of condensed sort of version of his life, but in such a way where he's like really celebrated. You know, it's like
it's done very respectfully. It's done in the style of a classic Hollywood film. Ed was absolutely in love with the idea of classic Hollywood. You know, sort of the kind of films that were in his childhood, you know, that he naively tried to hold on to as an adult, when they weren't old enough to be nostalgic and interesting. So when he did it, it was just dated. But yeah, so Tim Burton did, I think, a good job of presenting that. I mean, there's a couple of things in the movie that Lugosi played like very kind. He did have a temper in real life, but he's played as like very foul-mouthed, and he didn't use that kind of language, and he's shown to say some very harsh things about for some laughs and like comedy from the audience. And again, he liked Boris Karloff and respected it.
Yeah, that's good.
And Ed's first wife, Dolores Fuller, is presented as kind of a bitch, and for all accounts, from what I've heard, she was actually a very nice lady. So.
Yeah, but it's good to watch the two sort of like scene comparisons back to back, because they do a really good job of recreating scenes from Plan 9 from Outer Space and Bride of the Monster and Glenn or Glenda. Really well done. Really good comparisons on YouTube.
Now, I thought I should let you know, and anyone, Lugosi did another movie. It wasn't just this and Bride of the Monster. He did a movie that had Lon Chaney Jr., Tor Johnson, and Basil Rathbone in it.
Oh boy.
Which I can't remember the title of. Gemma, help.
It's like that's like The Bloody Night or something like that. It's something weird like that.
Yeah, it's got like a pretty bad title. They're all really old. Obviously, Tor Johnson's not, but like the other guys are pretty old in the movie. But it's I hadn't heard of it until a photograph of all of those guys hanging out and reading a Disney comic and sort of pretending to be scared, because all these horror actors are being scared by like Donald Duck. It was kind of a funny joke. But I thought, oh, that's cool. When did these guys all hang out? And oh shit, they made a movie together.
Yeah.
So I only found out about it recently, but I haven't watched it yet, but it's free on Shudder anyway.
The Black Sleep, that's why.
The Black Sleep, yeah.
I was close.
I'm gonna probably watch that like tonight or tomorrow on. I also want to mention on Plan 9 from Outer Space on YouTube. There's a great comment here from Steve Paul. He simply wrote, "Lugosi died during the making of this movie. He knew what he was doing."
Oh dear. We like a bit of dark humor, don't we? Or not. But thank you so much for joining me on my channel and introducing me to this. We might have to do this again sometime.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I'd love to.
I think that about wraps it up. I'll end the stream here. I hope people in the chat, you enjoyed this. It was nice to hear your comments, and yeah. So we'll see you again some other time. How do I stop? Okay, so yeah, I guess we'll be saying goodbye. Again, go subscribe to these guys if you haven't already. Links in the description. And we'll see you again soon.
Come from March.
Yeah.
Emily.
Thank you. All right. See you guys. Toodaloo. Hello there. Welcome to another one of Sorry, let's try this again. Hello, welcome to another one of these streams. I'm going to be playing The Sims 4 for a bit because I just got off doing a live stream on my own channel, and OBS was being a bit of a bitch and wouldn't let me use the webcam, and I put all this makeup on and I thought, well, let's not waste it, let's do a little gameplay. So here I am. We're going to be playing The Sims 4 for a while. Not exactly sure what I'm going to be doing. In the last episode, if by chance you happen to be here for that, we got ourselves a new character. His name was Arvin. He has a dog called Turtle, who is by and large not a turtle. And yeah, he got himself engaged to Mila Munch, if that means anything. One of the more common NPCs around Simtown, if you happen to have the, what's it called? Get Together expansion. She's from that, I think. So yeah, that's pretty much what we were doing. We built a house last time, so you get to see that in all its glorious glory. While we're getting started, I might as well link this to my friend. So, Twitch with 1 T, well, with 2 T's, but not 3. How do we do that? I'm going live, right? So, if I go to my channel, then I should be, yeah. So, let's do that, so she can watch along. So they can watch along, excuse me. Still loading. Joy of joys. I've got to bring Twitch up on my phone so I can keep in touch with the chat. What's going on in Discord though? Got to see that first. Okay. Twitch, dooby-dooby-doo. So yeah, this is Arvin. He is a randomly generated sim, and a very handsome one at that. So that's what we're going to be playing with. And apparently I'm not live right now. Wait, let me... okay, so there's the chat. So hopefully I'll see that once it comes up, and here is Arvin and his bachelor pad, or it was supposed to be a bachelor pad, but he's since got engaged to this lovely lady. Like I said, her name is Mila, and she's a very sensible woman, but with a, you know, a deeper, passionate side, a real joie de vivre. So that's what we're working with. And Turtle is saying hello to her, so let's unpause the game and get into it.
Oh, Ben Koya.
Are you feeling flirty? Well, we can't do anything about it because Arvin's asleep. But I hear meowing. Where's that coming from? A stray cat! Let's go say hi. I know we're meant to be sleeping, but, you know, we love animals. We can't just leave her out here by herself. Nougat? I don't know if it's a boy cat or a girl cat, but Arvin, wake up! Let's go inside for now so she's not meowing so loud. Man, my volume's just turned all the way up, isn't it? I hope that hasn't been too annoying for you. Not only is Arvin sleepy, but he needs to pee, so after you say hello to this cat, you had better... Where did I put my bathroom? Yeah, you'd better use the bog. You know, you don't want to be pissing yourself.
Oh, there you go now.
Yeah, friendly introduction. Let's make friends with this cat. Something wrong? Oh.
Yibs!
We're gonna do something about that. Offer friendship. Pet. All that good stuff. No, don't go away. We just gotta use the... We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Let me just check that I am streaming because I want to be sure. Yeah, we're online. We should be streaming. That's odd. Yeah, apparently we are, so I don't know why that's not turning up on Twitch, but anyway. Let me just check with my friend, see if they can see us. Back into the game. Where are we? Still peeing? Yeah. Okay, we're done with that. Not now, Mila. We've got stuff to do. We've got a cat to go say hi to. Yeah, the cat stayed. I should get going now. Thanks for hanging out with me. See you later. Yeah. Nice knowing you, Mila.
Rafa? You Rafa?
While we're at it, let's, oh, we have. I forgot, the weird door we have, it keeps this wall up at all times, so I thought for a second we had, you know, this thing toggled. But we don't. It's just the way the door is. How you doing, Nougat? Who's a good kitty? Yes. Who's a good cat? Who's the best cat? Oh, if I'm not careful, I'm going to adopt this fucking cat. Alright, but after we've petted the cat and made friends, we should really get to sleep. So, let's do that next. If there's anyone in the chat, please let me know if we're going live or not, because I would very much like to know if we are. So, do you ever have an itch on your face that you can't have a real go at because of makeup? We became friends with Nougat. Yeah. She's a good kitty. Yes, she is. I'm going to adopt her if she's not careful. I presume it's a she. I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't assume the cat's gender. Do. Finally get some shut-eye in my bachelor bedroom with the lights so we don't get monsters. My friend says I'm offline, so see, that says I should be online. Tell you what, I'm going to stop streaming for a bit.